this room has ever been to the gym? Show of hands. Just about everybody in here. Do you know who we have to thank for that? Well, his name is Jack LaLanne. And I found out so many interesting facts about this guy when I was researching him. When he was 15, he had a life-changing event that just changed the path he was on. He started to go to the gym in Berkeley at the YMCA and lifting weights, and then he started eating right, and he was amazed about how well he felt. So when he was a senior in high school, people that were trying to pass their firemen and policemen agility exams that had failed went to Jack, and within 2 weeks he got them to pass because he took care of them. So when he was 21, he opened the first gym, and he rented this space out, and he watched people walk by like they were window shopping. Everyone's walking by and no one's coming in. So one day he was giving someone a massage, and he had this aha moment. He thought, well, you know, if people aren't coming to me, I have to go to them. So he went down to the local high school in San Francisco, the biggest one there, at lunchtime. He had a 49-inch chest and a 28-inch waist, so he was quite the spectacle. All the kids are just taunting him. And he went to after the fattest kid in the room and the skinniest kid in the room. And he said, give me your name, phone number, and address, and I want to talk to your parents. When he talked to the parents, he told the fattest boy's mom and dad, he says, I will get your son into shape in the next 3 months. He'll lose 10 to 15 pounds and he's going to look great. And then with the skinniest boy, that he said, I'm going to put 25 pounds on this kid and he's going to look wonderful. So the parents were, yeah, go ahead. So he worked with them after, you know, they got out of school and everything, and in the gym, and in 3 months, just like he said, they looked wonderful. He had so many kids in his gym that he had to close the membership. But then the adults started to see, hey, you know, he's on to something. It was great. The doctors were saying about Jack, you know what, people are going to have heart attacks. They're going to lose their sex drive if they're lifting weights. That's going to be terrible. Who wants to do that? A lot of naysayers when it came to Jack LaLanne. Anyway, he went on to marry this woman named Elaine. I can't imagine being called Elaine, but that's not the name. But when he met her, he said to her, you know, if you would eat fruits and vegetables, you would just have so much vitality and energy. And she goes, oh yeah, she takes a bite of her donut, she's smoking a cigarette. But she followed his advice. So in 1951, he started his exercise program on TV. They said it's going to last like 2 weeks and he's going to be done. Well, in 1959, it went nationwide. And, you know, the naysayers, you know, where are they now? Anyway, that show ran until 1985. And you can also view them on ESPN Classics because they are classics. And I just want to indulge you in a few facts about how Jack LaLanne was really the father of FIRST. So he opened the first modern health spa, the first to have a nationally syndicated exercise show on television, the first to have athletes working out with weights, the first to have women working out with weights, the first to have the elderly working out with weights, the first to have a combination health food bar and gym, the first to have a weight loss instant breakfast meal replacement drink, the first to have a co-ed health club, the first to combine weight training with nutrition, the first to have an edible snack nutrition bar, the first to sell vitamins and exercise equipment on television, the first to teach scientific bodybuilding by changing the program every 2 to 3 weeks, the first to encourage the physically challenged to work around their disabilities, the first to do feats of strength and endurance to emphasize what exercise and nutrition can do for you. He also developed the first leg extension machine, weight selector machine, cable pulling machine, calf machines, and wrist roll machines. He also, on his birthdays, you know how a lot of people will go on a cruise or some exotic vacation? Well, he would do something, you know, like with his strength. When he was 70, he was swimming along the coast of Long Beach with 70 boats, with a person in each boat, and that's how he celebrated his 70th birthday. He was just a dynamo. I just can't believe how fantastic he was. And I think sometimes, where would I be if it were for Jack LaLanne? But he tried to help everyone that he could. He was very encouraging. And when he had his television show on, he would say, "Okay, boys and girls, it's Uncle Jack," and he had this white shepherd named Happy. And he would say, "Go get your mom and dad or grandma and grandpa and bring them around because Uncle Jack wants to exercise with them." He was so encouraging. He was also a vegetarian, and so a lot of people were like, "Oh, that's not any good for you." So he ate 2 meals a day, and when he would go out, he went out for dinner every night, and he would go for fish and a salad and some red wine. He would drink a little red wine because I guess he knew way back when that that was good for you. And the restaurants all knew what Jack wanted, so they would, you know, cater to him because they wanted him to come back. You know, he was even very famous and popular because he had a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame at 7000 Hollywood Boulevard, which I think is pretty amazing. And he had his children. He adopted his second wife's, both of her children, and one of his sons is a personal trainer, so that's really good. Jack would encourage people by, you know, when they would come into his gym to, you know, you can do it, you can do it, you can do this. And you know what, the funny thing about Jack was he didn't like to exercise. Now, isn't that amazing? Because he would exercise 2 hours a day, every day. But you know what, he loved the way it made him feel. So, I wanted to tell you, since I went into so much detail about the first things he did, and he also studied to be a chiropractor, and he got his degree, he graduated with that, and he also studied Grey's Anatomy. It's not just a TV show, there's an actual book that he studied, so he knew all the muscle groups. But when he was 15, he called himself a sugarholic. He loved the donuts and the soft drinks and all the junk food. His mom didn't know what to do with him. He was, you know, just terrible. He tried to burn down the family's house and everything. Well, she heard about this wonderful speaker they were going to have at the Women's Club. And his name was Paul Bragg. Have you ever heard of Bragg's cider apple vinegar? That's the Paul Bragg he went to see. And he said, "Jack, you know, if you just turn your nutrition around, you'll be onto something." And Jack thought, well, exercise too. So I want to tell you that I am so excited that Jack did what he did, because you know what I usually do every lunch hour? I usually head over to Gold's Gym. If you want to see the gym that sprang from Jack's gyms, go to Bally's. That's who bought out his trademark. So